Okay. Hello, welcome everyone to this first live session for this course Introduction to Modern Political Thought. I am Mithilesh Kumar, and during the live session, I'll be happy to respond to any of your questions, comments, and I also look forward to your critical feedback or any suggestion you may have. So I welcome you to this live session. We are going to have two more live sessions, and those of you who are joining this live session through YouTube, you can also type your question or share your thoughts there. I'll be happy to take them up during this live session also. So I'm waiting for your questions and comments, but I would like to make few, opening or general kind of remarks that as a learner you may have, or many of you may have, regarding the exam or the course content or the study material that you need. So on the course platform itself, you will find three types of learning material or study material. One is the video, and then you also have the transcript of that video available, and also the PPT. So all three of them are available on the course portal itself. So um, if you study these three, I think for the purpose of exam it should be sufficient. However, some of you may have interest in a particular thinker or to explore more about a particular ideas that a particular thinker focus on, and that's the part of discussion in our course. For those learners, I have given the list of reference towards the end of each video. So for those of you who have little more interest in knowing a particular thinker or to explore a bit deeper into a particular ideas or topic, you are welcome to do that. But if you're preparing only for the exam or thinking about doing well in the exam, I think watching the video, looking at the PPT and the transcript should be sufficient. So that's one remark I have. The second is many of you may be concerned about your weekly assignment, and this time I see a number of enrolled as well as registered students. So do submit your assignments regularly. And if some of you miss one or two assignment, you should still continue with this course and submit rest of the assignments and submit it as soon as you can. Avoid the last minute submission. And the assessment for this course is combination of both assignment and also the final exam. So those learners who have just enrolled want to earn a certificate, I'll encourage them to register for the exam also by paying what I think 1,000 fees, and the details are there on the course portal. So if you have not registered for the exam, please do so, as the last date is I think 28 Feb. So only when you have registered for the exam, then you can write the final exam. And to pass the course, then you have to pass in the regular assignment and also in the final exam. And the weightage, the details are there on the portal, but I'll just repeat for those of you who are joining this live session. So 75% mark will be from the final exam and 25% from the weekly assignment. And from the weekly assignment, we are going to include the best 8 assignment that you have submitted over the course of 12 weeks. So even if you have missed 1 or 2 or did not perform that well in 1 or 2 assignment, I encourage you to submit the rest of the assignment and do register for the course if you have not done already. Now, submitting the assignment regularly will also be helpful to you during the final exam, because there would be a number of questions directly from the assignment. So submitting the assignment regularly will be helpful to you. Now, the third thing that maybe we can discuss again in the next live session is about the exam. So exam is, as you know, online based exam, and there would be all objective questions, that is MCQ type questions. So those questions will be to assess your engagement with the video content or the transcript or the PPT. And as I said, that there will be a number of questions directly from the assignment itself. But also there would be some questions to test your comprehension of a particular thinker or a particular ideas in that particular thinker. So there would be some questions like that also in the final exam. And about the previous live sessions and further details about the course, I'll encourage you to visit the course portal and also use the discussion forum for any question or comment. So with these opening remarks, I will wait for your questions or comment for a few minutes, then maybe we can. So those of you who have joined this live session through YouTube, you can type your questions or share your thoughts there. But some of you or those who want to interact or share his or her thought with me, you can also join me using the MS link, and then we can have a conversation or you can share your thought. Hi, Sen. Good afternoon. Hope you are enjoying the course. And really, to all the learners, thank you for enrolling and registering in such a large number. And hope the course is enjoyable to you. Please use the discussion forum or the live session to share your thought and give your feedback on the course and its content. Okay, so one learner is asking about the exam pattern, Noor Jahan Siddiqui. Hi, Noor Jahan. So As I said, the exam would be MCQ type. That means you have four options, and out of that, only one option is the correct. You may also come across some questions where you feel there are more than one correct answer. In that case, you select only that particular option which you think is the most appropriate or the most correct. So it's all MCQ type, computer-based exam. There would be no subjective questions. And the nature of question would be to assess whether or not you have watched the video. So based on recall, you will be able to answer some of the questions. Then there would be some type of questions which is directly from the assignment. So if you are submitting your assignment regularly, it will also help you in the final exam. So it will be as it is in the assignment. And then the third type of questions would be to assess your comprehension of a particular thinker or his or her ideas. So how well you have understood or how well you have correctly um, understood the ideas of a particular thinker. So there would be some questions of that sort also. So there would be these three types, and all questions will be MCQ. I hope that answer your question. And as I said in the beginning of this live session, all the questions will be from the video or the PPT or the transcript of the video. So everything will be based on the learning materials provided to you every week. So that should be your study material. Hussein is asking about what will be cover in the next week. So if you look at the um, course portal, you can find those details also. So like week 5, for week 5 there are certain video content available. For week 6, I think on Muhammad Iqbal or maybe part from Gandhi and Savarkar also. So you can check the course portal to know about the course content for a particular week. All right, so maybe 1 or 2 minutes more. I'll wait for any question. Otherwise, I would like to conclude this live session. So if you are joining late for this live session on YouTube, you can revisit this live session on your course portal also. It will be uploaded there to know the details about how to prepare for the exam and also the particular thinker and so on. So please revisit those videos and the study material that is available on your course portal. Okay, so there seems to be one more question. Okay, so Hussein Safi is asking about, will the modern political thought, I hope he means modern Indian political thought, we more inclined towards Vedic and scripture or influenced by Western thought? Very good question, Hussein. And I think it's quite comprehensive, or the scope of the question is such that I don't think we can we can discuss it during this live session. But I'll try to respond to it because most of our modern Indian political thinkers that we have included in this course are in a way developing their ideas or reflecting upon some of the challenging issues of the time in the context where we were under the colonial rule or the influence of Western tradition of political thought. Even today, the dominance of Western canonical tradition when it comes to theorization about politics or political theory or even in political thought is obvious, and one cannot deny it. But just to say that we are not, either we are more inclined towards Vedic or the scripture or towards Western would be a very superficial way of looking at how modern political thinking and theorization developed in India. I think we are Mehta, one of the texts that I have discussed with you, and also one of the reference in this course. You can check to understand how, of course, these modern Indian political thinkers were responding to the challenge of modernity or Western tradition. But while responding to them, did they rely only on the Vedic or scriptural or Indic tradition, or there is some kind of innovation or creativity that is also happening in the thoughts of, let's say, Tagore or even Gandhi or Vivekananda, Iqbal? So it would be perhaps very superficial to either put them in the conservative or orthodox Vedic scriptural tradition, or to say that they are just reflecting under the influence of Western thought or tradition. So that's a very, narrow way of looking at the compass of thought. And also in this full course, the range of thinkers we have included from Aurobindo or Iqbal to Jawaharlal Nehru, Ambedkar, and Ramabai, you will see that these men and women in modern India were representative of a really complex strand of thought ranging from religious conservatism to radical social reformers. So I'm not really agree to a uh, say that all modern in political thought. It's very complex and different strands of thought and imagination. So modern in political thought is not one singular category which you can put either in the box of Vedic or scriptural tradition or under the influence of Western thought. Perhaps presence of both we can agree, but we cannot confine the imagination and political thinking in modern India to either Vedic or under the influence of Western thought and tradition. So this is a kind of brief response, Hussain, but I know the significance of this question. If you have further question, you can please go ahead and write. All right, any more question? In this live session, you can really share your thoughts and ideas, and I'll be happy to respond. Uh, some of you can join using the MS link to directly, communicate. But also, if you're using YouTube, you can write your comments and questions. I'll also encourage the learner to use the discussion forum to ask pertinent questions like the one we have just discussed, so that we can have more kind of interaction and better communication through, we can read, we can respond, we can, provoke also, and also we agree, disagree. So that's the purpose of discussion forum. I'll encourage you to use that for the learning purpose also. All right. I'm waiting for your questions and thought that we can answer. Those of you who joined, all right. So Hussein is asking, yeah, Hussein, I mean, all the traditions you have mentioned, the Greek, Roman, and Plato, Socrates, Marcus Aurelius, the Meditations, and of course Machiavelli. So I have one more course, Western Political Thought. Some of the thinkers you will find there, but of course, yeah, somewhat uh, confining thoughts and ideas to a particular tradition is also a bit problematic or debatable. But for the learning purpose, we tend to create kind of boundary between, let's say, Indian or Western tradition, or the Greek, Roman tradition. But there are a phrase about the radioactive substance. An idea is one such element which influence different traditions at the same time. So who can say today in contemporary world untouched by idea like democracy or representative democracy or the rights of the citizen, the rule of constitution or the rule of law. So it will be very difficult to confine these ideas to any one particular tradition because they travel. They are the radioactive substance, and our modern world is actually shaped by these ideas. So, but really interesting question, Hussein. And of course, the Greco-Roman tradition, including Plato, Socrates, Machiavelli, and Marcus Aurelius, they were the great thinkers reflecting about good life, good quality in society. So glad to hear that. Okay, so we have one more question from Meena Nair. She's asking about how Raja Ram Mohan Rai argue in support of freedom of press in India. Meena Nair, really good question, and I think the first thinker that we have discussed in this course is Raja Ram Mohan Rai, and it is remarkable how come Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who is supporting the British rule in India, and also arguing that how civic and religious rights of the citizens are more protected under the British rule than its predecessors. So on the one hand, he is in support of British rule and look at it as a kind of divine providence which will help modernize India or its education or bring scientific temper in the people. And yet, using the same logic, he is criticizing the bill which restrict the press freedom in India. And the kind of argument that he provides is remarkable in terms of the theoretical significance. If you are familiar with Aristotle and others, in modern democracy, the role of free press, we debate all the time. And here you have Raja Ram Mohan Rai, who is talking about it in the context of colonialism, that how government benefit from the freedom of press, and he's also making different kind of categories in the administration. That means you may have a well planned policy, but when it comes to execution, particularly at the lower level, which directly interact with the people, often the way lower level bureaucracy or executive engage with the masses remain unknown to the higher official unless there is a kind of direct representation of the grievances of masses or their experience with the lower level bureaucracy which the government can correct. But if only there is the official channel, then the real issue confronting the masses remain unknown to the ruler or to the government. And that is a recipe for the revolution or threat to the government. So his justification for freedom of press is that he gives this kind of analogy also, that you have revolution only when you restrict the freedom of press, because freedom of press is eyes and ear of government to understand the grievances of the people and then redress it through better policy. Once you restrict that, then it will create further discontent or maybe revolution also. Sorry. I hope that answer your question. You said Okay, thank you, Mina. Hussein is asking about how to utilize this course effectively in various subject and so on. So, Hussein, one of the purpose of this course is to introduce the learners to, you know, various strands of political thought in modern India. So once you are exposed to those those strands, depending upon the interest, you can further sorry, you can further explore a particular thinker or that particular strand of thought, and that can become your research topic also. But this is the introductory course, so my expectation is different, that learners would be exposed to different strands of political thought in modern India. But beyond that, depending upon your interest or career choice, you can further explore and go ahead with the research plan also around any of the thinker or particular strand or maybe comparative perspective and so on. And best wishes for the exam you are preparing for. So that is what I can suggest. And I'm sure that in those exam also like NEET or PCS, you will find this course useful, and at least the content of the course useful. All right. So thank you, Sen, and thank you, everyone. Now, I'd like to conclude this live session with a suggestion that you also use the discussion forum to raise some of these issues, and we'll be very happy to respond to that. Those of you who joined late or missed something can revisit the video of this live session on the course portal. So I encourage you to uh, check the website or the portal of the course regularly for any update or study material or the live sessions of the video of the live sessions. And those of you who have just enrolled and for some reason missed some assignments, I encourage you to submit rest of the assignment, and to write the final exam you need to register for the course. So if you have not registered, please do so as early as you can. So I will have one or two more live session before the final exam. I'll be happy to see you and respond to your questions. And I also encourage you to use the MS link to join the live session and share your thought. Thank you for joining today. I'll see you in the next live session. Thank you.